In today's video, I'll be giving you a quick overview of AshSwap stable swap exchange built on Elrond. Hi guys, my name is Lewis, welcome back to our channel. Now, while there are many new projects coming to the Elrond network this year alone, AshSwap promises to be one of the heavy hitters simply because it provides a service to the Elrond network that is extremely important for its growth, namely a decentralized stable swap exchange. Simply put, AshSwap helps users trade between stablecoins with low slippage and negligible fees. By doing so, AshSwap aims to bring DeFi to a new level where the community benefits from enhanced yield dynamics and special token use cases. So today, we'll take a first look at the current testnet of the exchange itself, swap some tokens, and even provide liquidity to then showcase both the basic liquidity staking as well as the governance staking. Enjoy! To get started, we will first connect our test wallet using the Maya web extension. If you haven't downloaded it yet, feel free to do so since it makes working with the Elrond blockchain much easier. Once you've imported your test wallet, simply connect it and you're ready to go. And if you haven't got an Elrond test wallet yet, you can find the link in the description. Test wallets are used so you don't have to use your real wallet. Next up, we'll be using the faucet to fill our test wallet. To do so, click on the link in the description and paste your wallet address in here. To test AshSwap, you will need 3 assets to begin with, namely Eagle to cover the transaction fees, USDC that we will be using to test the swapping, and lastly the Ash token, which we will need for the governance staking. Simply choose these assets and wait for the transactions to be processed. This may take some time, but eventually you will find all 3 assets in your test wallet. And just as a tip for the future, you can use this faucet for other projects on the Elrond testnet as well, in case you're thinking of participating in one of the upcoming battles of yields. Okay, now that we have our assets, we will first take a look at how swapping works on AshSwap. To those of you who are already using the Maya exchange, swapping shouldn't be something new, but there are 2 things that I wanted to highlight here. To do so, let's swap some of our USDC into USDT, and right away you can see the first special feature, which is the smart search up here. With more and more assets joining the exchange over time, the smart search allows you to quickly search for all available tokens and token pairs. We want to swap USDC for USDT, and so if I select USDC, I can now either select the token manually using this button, or I can use the second highlight of the AshSwap exchange, which is the quick select function. This will only show the supported token pairs for swapping, making the whole swapping process much easier and also much quicker. We also said that we would like to provide some liquidity later, so let's take about half of our USDC and swap it to USDT right now. And as you can see right here, the price is of course not correct. So please keep in mind that this is the testnet and there's very little liquidity on here to allow the exchange to show realistic prices. Just keep that in mind, and if you're familiar with the Maya exchange testnet or indeed any other testnet, you will know that it's more about the interface and showing how things work rather than being totally realistic. Nonetheless, let's keep this as realistic as possible, so we will also select the lowest slippage, and then we can have a look at the transaction overview right here before we click on swap and confirm the transaction. With that done, let's move on to the fun part, which is to add some liquidity. Now, I'm guessing that if you're watching this and you've been able to follow so far, you are already providing liquidity on the Maya exchange, or maybe other exchanges as well, but at least you have some basic knowledge of what providing liquidity is all about. However, since the Elrond community is growing every day and there are surely many new users watching this, let me quickly summarize what providing liquidity is all about. By depositing to the pool, you are providing liquidity for 2 currencies in that pool, and you will be honored as a liquidity provider. Liquidity providers on AshSwap can earn both from trading fees and be benefited with AshSwap's unique farming mechanism. The latter will be revealed in the later stages of the exchange, but knowing the Elrond network and those who are building for it, I'm guessing that this mechanism will be highly rewarding, especially for those of you who are supporting this project early on, so make sure to stay up to date. Let's get back to the pool for now. Since we have both USDC and USDT in our wallet, we will be working with the second pool, which is this one right here. Again, these figures are merely placeholders, but the process itself is the one which will be as it is at the launch of the exchange. So let's deposit our assets to provide liquidity, and since the spread is so huge when swapping, we will choose the maximum amount of USDT, and then the exchange will automatically fill out the other amount. Once you've done that, simply agree to the terms and hit deposit. There is of course always the possibility to withdraw your liquidity, but since staking is much more fun than withdrawing, we shall keep our liquidity and move on to the next tab, the liquidity staking. As is with the Maya exchange, providing liquidity also means that you will receive what is called an LP token. To further incentivize users to provide liquidity, AshSwap users will be able to stake their LP tokens to get, and here ladies and gentlemen is the fun part, the ASH token. To stake your LP tokens, simply choose the correct farm, in this case USDC and USDT, and then either click on Stake LP or simply add more LPs if you've already staked some in the farm. Anyone staking their LP tokens in the corresponding farm on AshSwap will earn ASH as rewards, which users can then stake in the governance staking to get even more ASH, and to show you how that works, let's get straight to it. As with the rest of the user interface, the governance staking page is really intuitive and easy to use, which makes staking that much more fun. As you can see here, I've already staked some ASH that I got from the faucet I showed you earlier, and if we take a closer look at the locking date for these staked ASH tokens, you will see that the unlocking date is April the 16th, 2026. And the reason for that is as follows. As of right now, AshSwap will ask you to select the locking period, which will in turn affect how much of their locked tokens, the so-called veASH, you will get. So for example, locking your ASH for 1 year will result in a 25% reward, while locking your tokens for a period of 4 years will result in a 100% reward rate, so to say. Just as it is with locked max on the Maya exchange, this is to bond users to the project and ensure long-term growth by lowering the volatility with having locked tokens as rewards. And just like you would in the normal liquidity staking, you can just click on Add Stake, enter the amount you would like to stake, and then choose your preferred locking period. Now, I've talked to the team and they said that in the future there might be an option to lock your staked ASH tokens with different locking periods, making it your choice how many tokens you want to stake for which period of time. As you can see here, I already staked some ASH with a locking period of 4 years, and as it is right now, I can only extend this locking period for any more tokens I may add. But as I said, the team is thinking of implementing an additional feature that might allow you to have various stakes with different locking periods, so stay tuned for any updates in the future. So what's the verdict on AshSwap? Personally, I love the design of the exchange. It looks absolutely fantastic, and what's great, especially if you want to learn more about the project and the necessity for the Elrond network to have an easy to use, low cost and speedy stable swap exchange, the team has set up what I think is one of the best docs pages out there, with a really nice step-by-step guide, as well as a powerful light paper, which I highly recommend you take the time to study and find out for yourself why we at Istari Vision have partnered with this amazing project. That's it for now, guys. Please leave us feedback in the comments on what you guys think about AshSwap and their exchange, and before you leave, we have got another important announcement. AshSwap is hosting their Battle of Yields on May 5th for the community to test the exchange and, of course, get rewarded for doing so. It's a great chance for you guys to try out AshSwap for yourselves, get a feeling for how the exchange behaves, and learn more about it. So make sure to register before the 1st of May to be able to take part in that, and subscribe to this channel for more videos. Until next time, thank you very much for watching, happy staking, and bye bye!